Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you're all doing very well this weekend. It's now Saturday, February the 25th, and today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Can you guys believe that it's already near the end of the month and already 2 months has passed into this 2023 year? By the time we know it, it's already going to get into the bull market. We're all expecting something really major in 2024 and especially in the 2025 year. So I hope you guys are all staying confident, staying strong. Definitely dollar cost averaging every week. We never know where the bottom is going to be. So it's always in your best interest to continuously buy every week. And don't take this as financial advice, but more so from the perspective that I'm doing this. So I thought I would share with what I'm doing and hopefully you can make some good decisions to either purchase around this time or not. But remember that during these times, the risks are very relatively low and we're not really sure if a bottom is in yet or not. But just based off of these movements that we're seeing in the bull market, these gigantic green movements that have been incredibly bullish, breaking many different indicators and also moving averages as well, it's hard to not believe that we already found the bottom. So that definitely needs to be considered as well. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. For those that are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Philakone, and I've been doing crypto for about 8 years now. I'm a professional day trader that does this full time. Used to be a mechanical engineer, but this is definitely a much better job because I have more freedom. I don't have a boss that I need to report to. I really didn't like to have to wake up every single day and have a boss that I had to report to and having to be on a specific schedule, having an alarm clock, having to worry about being late all the time. I really disliked all these meetings and these offices, having to wear a tie, dressing up for work. It was probably the most horrendous workplace I ever had to be in. But then again, I'm not really someone that goes with the stream, with the grain. I'd rather roll against the grain. And I think that crypto, that's what it provides. It provides people an opportunity to actually get out of their comfort zone, to perhaps get more freedom as well. To not have to report to somebody, to be your own boss, to chase something that's going to provide you with so much more options, in my opinion. I really disliked having to work for 1 full year. And then I had to negotiate with my boss if I can get 3 weeks off because they only paid for 2 weeks of paid vacation per year. So I had to negotiate with my boss to get maybe a little bit more time off, but unpaid. And that was horrible. Every year I would fight for this extra week off of unpaid. And then you realize you're like 52 weeks a year. You're literally working for somebody else, for a boss. The harder you work, the nicer of a car they get or the bigger of a bonus they get. And then you're literally getting 2 or 3 weeks off of a year and you're working for the rest of the 49 weeks. Like just recently, I invited my friends to come out to Turkey, but one girl, she couldn't come because she said, unfortunately, I used up 1 week of my vacation already this year. I only have 7 days left and 7 days is not enough in Turkey. And I thought to myself, holy crap, their life is entirely dictated by the schedule of their work. And she's working for this, blue collar kind of job where she's working in an office and it's like unbelievably frustrating in my mind. And that's why I love crypto and doing what I do. I like the investing side. I love the day trading side even more. And that's why I created this YouTube channel. It's so I can give you the best tips and advice from the perspective of a professional and successful day trader that has turned $2,000 into over 7 figures. I'm now working to build that 8-figure portfolio that I know is easily going to come in the next bull market. I'm now day trading with over a $1 million position size. For example, yesterday, I was trading with a Bitcoin position of $1.35 million, which was 58 Bitcoins, and I scalped it for a 0.9% profit for about a $10,000 profit. Last month, I was up $78,000 that everybody has seen on Twitter, and I share my P&L all the time. $70,000 on a pretty okay month. And then this month right now, I'm up $37,000, which is very substantial already for a fairly slower month. In a bull market, I will bring in anywhere between $300,000 to $500,000 of pure profit from the day trading side alone. And that's exactly why I created the Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide. It was my 8-year anniversary on February the 23rd. So I decided to extend the sale that I'm having just a little bit longer. If you guys take a look in the link below or go to my Twitter, you're going to see a 50% off sale. So I know for a fact that this will be the last time because I don't want to dilute the price any further, and I know what my worth is as well. So happy anniversary of 8 years to myself now. Enjoy below. There's a 50% off sale, but there's only 2 slots. That's the catch. I don't ever have a mass amount of people join my group at a time. I like to limit the amount of people that join so I can actually get to know everybody. I don't spread myself too thin. And I make sure that I'm able to give you a hand and I'm available to help and answer every single question that you may have. So it's 50% off for the lifetime Discord membership and the Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide. Normally it's $17.49 and it's on sale right now for $8.75 for 2 people. So definitely sign up. But if you only want the course by itself and you don't think a Discord might benefit you right this moment, you're welcome to purchase just the course by itself. It's on sale from $900 to $450. And you also get a 3-month Discord trial. So you can get a taste of what the Discord group is, and you can actually upgrade to a lifetime membership sometime down the road as well. And the Discord group is full of like-minded people, just like you and I, that are constantly looking to day trade. We're looking for trade setups together. And in the group, anytime anybody brings a trade to my attention that I completely missed, if I make a trade and I make profit, I always give them 10% of my profit. And it's been known to happen before where I make like $4,000 or $5,000 and these people will just get like a free $400 or $500. There's giveaways, tons of lessons. You guys have to take a look at the Discord group if you haven't already. I'll show you it very quickly here. So today's Saturday, so there's a lot of people that are taking the time off, but there's also a lot of people that are looking to day trade as well. So we got the premium group over here where that's the main trading group, and I'm going to be posting everything here. That's where everybody chats together. There's a technical analysis floor here. This is where I post, and only me. So you can always be caught up to what I'm doing. Here's a live stream archive. So most of the days, like maybe 2-3 times a week, depending on the volatility, I'll stream for you guys, and I'll make sure that you're caught up to what I know, and it's only for the group there. Every Sunday, I do a weekly roundup. This is so you can know what was hot, what was good to trade, what might be upcoming next week. And we talk about some strategies that I used. And today, I've got a really interesting episode for you guys. You guys are going to love this. I found out something really cool that I have to share with you that can give us a possible prediction. So stick around. You don't want to leave here. And then there's a live trading videos as well, where there's like literally 1,000 live trades that I've made and I recorded between 2 to 10 minutes. Just for the group for you to go over. And then there's also other things like the Day Trading Beginner's Guide here. Really good 4-hour tutorial on the basics. There's also the lessons as well for the short lessons, the long lessons. I go over 131 short lessons and 175 long lessons. There's also trading challenges. So it's a very well organized Discord group and I put in a lot of time into it. So I hope to see a lot of you guys as my students. Take a look at the link below. So let's get into this right now and talk about something that I've noticed. And I want to give credit to somebody where it's due. This is to Alessio, his YouTube channel that I just happen to watch every so often. Alessio Verstani. I saw this in his YouTube channel just a few hours ago and I thought it was really interesting. So I thought I would repost and talk about some of this content that was really awesome. So first of all, I just want to say straight up, that I don't believe that Bitcoin is actually going to make an all-time high this particular year. It's most likely going to make it, in my opinion, hopefully in 2024, and in 2025 will actually peak to those all-time highs. It just doesn't seem to make sense from this year's recovery year after the bear market to make an all-time high right now. In fact, I would bet my entire life savings on it that it would be almost impossible to make an all-time high. And the reason for that is because every year after the bear market, for example, so there's a bear market year, and then there's the year after the bear market year. So the year after the bear market year so the bull market was in 2013, the bear market was in 2014. So that means that the year after the bear market year was pretty much in here, okay? And this led till around there. So this was the bear market year afterwards. And then there's also 2019, which is right around here, okay? Like around this range here, we can say. So as you've noticed that the years after the bear market years, they never make an all-time high. It's always the year after and the year after that where it makes the all-time highs. So because we're now the year after the bear market year, it doesn't seem like it's going to make sense for us to hit any major numbers right now. I think we're going to have a slow period of consolidation. I think that we're going to finish higher than we did last year. And that's going to be good news because next year in 2024 and 2025, we can expect a major rally. So I really hope that you guys are all dollar cost averaging. You're all interested in buying crypto long term. I think that a lot of people just cannot handle the fact that they need to put away some money right now and hold for a long time so that there's going to be a return on that investment. That's how a lot of my friends in my hometown are. They just don't understand the concept of putting money away in a piggy bank to let it grow because they let it sit in their bank account since they believe that they need to use it right now or it might be necessary in an emergency. And I think that that mentality is a little bit premature. If you really want to make some money, you got to be able to put it into something to allow it to grow. My parents, they saved their money their whole life working at labor jobs and they put it into a bank account and they thought that the best way to save was to let that money just sit there in the bank and make sure they don't touch it. But with inflation, their money is just being lost every single year. And you need to be smarter than that, smarter than my parents, whom I truly love. But of course, they could have done things a lot better if they knew what I know now. So I'm trying to tell you directly that you need to be able to get away from that 9 to 5, save money, put into your bank account, hope that you'll get rich mentality and letting that money work for you. And I think investment is a really good way to do it. Now, I'm not saying it's the only way to do it, but because this is what I do and because this is what I know, I firmly believe that it's a good opportunity for other people as well. Now, don't take it as financial investment. Once again, I'm more so just talking about it from the perspective of how I'm doing this. Okay, so now let's talk about this really cool ratio that we found. Okay, so from the beginning of time, from around here, which is at 1 penny, to the very first bull rally here that ended in June of 2011, we actually rallied 319,000%. 319,000%. And then the next rally after that, from that previous low to the next high, we did about 62,312. So if you actually take this number, okay, the 319,000% that it rallied, divided by that 62,300 number, you get roughly 5.3. Okay, you get roughly 5.3. So now if you take that 5.3 and you actually divide it by the previous number, you're actually going to get 319,000 divided by 5.3 is about 60.188%. Now, if you've noticed, the next rally, okay, it actually did somewhere close to that. It actually, instead of doing the 60,000, it did 62,000%. Now, that just can't be coincidental, right? But then you look at it on the next one, okay? You look at it on the next one, but you never knew this 5.3 until this one happened. Does that make sense? So it only more so makes sense on the next one and the one after. So you say to yourself, okay, well, let's take this rally of 62,300 and we divide it by that same 5.3. What would we get? The number we would get is about 11,756. And then if you notice on the next rally, we actually rallied about 12,000%. Isn't that scary? So once again, you take 319,000, this first rally here, divided by 5.3, and what you actually get is a projection for the next rally. And it actually happened. We projected about 60,100 and it got to $62,000 or 62,000%, sorry. And then you take that 62,000%, divide it by 5.3 again, and you're projecting the next bull rally from the bottom. And you projected 11,800. And guess what? It did it. It did 12,100 right there. And then you take 12,100 divided by 5.3, the ratio again, which gives you a projection of 2,300 roughly for the next bull market. And guess what? It did that again. The bottom here to this high here did 2,108%. So every time we seem to take the rally from the bottom to the top, and then we divide it by 5.3, it's giving us a percentage of the next rally. And it's been accurate almost 100% so far. And I'm not saying that the next one is going to do the exact same thing, but what we are saying is that it's certainly possible for something like this to happen again. But it's not guaranteed. But hey, we have to just look at the data, and we see that it's pretty cool data right now. And we see that if we hit the bottom already back in November, and we did this 398% or so, we would be looking, so at 398 would be around here. So we'd be looking at a high of roughly $77,000 for the next all-time high possibly coming up right now. Now that's got to be incredibly interesting. So I think that we're more likely going to get around the $100,000 range because that's just where all the bulls are wanting to head. But in terms of 2,000 or 250,000 that some people are expecting, I just don't think it's going to happen, guys. So don't hold your breath. I think that $100,000 is a very viable target. And that's most likely where I'm going to take all of my profit in crypto. And I'm not going to hold a single one. And I'm just going to wait for a dip lower than that to accumulate back in. So this right here is scary accurate. But of course, it could be just coincidence as well, right? Could be purely coincidence and there's nothing more than that. But either way, I think people should be very excited for the next possible bull market to come. I think it's going to turn a lot of people into massive multimillionaires. A lot of people are going to go from having $50,000 to $1 million in a few months when this bull market comes. And I really hope that you're one of the people that are getting extremely excited and you're holding crypto long term and you're doing a lot of research fundamentally to see what kind of coins are going to be super hot long term. And right now, as it stands for Bitcoin, if we take a look at it on the more micro level, we're seeing that, for example, on the monthly right now, we're actually creating a very ugly doji type of candle that could be symbolic that, hey, January was very bullish, February tried to rally, and now we're consolidating and it could be time for some bearish pressure to be faced. So we're getting some resistance here at around the $25,200 range. If we take a look on the weekly as well, on the 55 EMA, we see that, if we take a look at the 50 EMA, what we're seeing right away is that there's a resistance at the 50 EMA here for pretty much 2 weeks now. And not only that, we see that if we take a look at, for example, the Elliott wave theory, we see that there's actually 5 fractals that have formed already. So I'm waiting till this particular range over here to DCA, and I plan to buy about $500,000 in this particular range. And this will bring it to roughly a 382 Fibonacci level and between the 0.5 as well. So this is where is my next DCA range for about $500,000. And that's going to yield a substantial return if it hits just, for example, the all-time high. If I were to DCA in this range for my particular set of long-term holds, it would do about 600% of a gain. So that's pretty huge. And the way I diversify it is I keep 50% between Bitcoin and Ethereum, specifically 35% Bitcoin, 15% Ethereum, and then the other 50%, they are divided for my altcoins. And altcoins, of course, have a much higher chance to do a substantial gain, but in my opinion, it's still best to buy Bitcoin when there's a dip and then wait for alt season and then cash out your Bitcoins because Bitcoin is going to have a higher Bitcoin dominance. So when we hit a bottom, Bitcoin is going to perform a lot better than alts. Alts are going to lag behind. Money will be taken away from the alt market and injected into a Bitcoin rally. It's always how it's been. And then Bitcoin dominance, it starts to skyrocket as well. And then when this happens, it's better to be in Bitcoin, in my opinion. And then once Bitcoin hits a certain peak and there's a sense that the Bitcoin dominance is lowering and being injected into the altcoin market, then that's where I'm going to cash out some of my Bitcoin profits. And then I'll put more of it and redistribute it into the altcoin market instead. So I've got a really good plan already coming. I know exactly my next dollar cost average zone. I know exactly how I'm going to be shedding my positions to move money from the Bitcoin market to the altcoin market. So it's looking really good for my 2-year projection right now. And I'm just basically sitting here trying to day trade every single day, trying to help out the group, trying to find trades together, but more importantly, trying to not lose money. And in these kind of markets, there's still a possibility it can be very risky, in my opinion, because it's not confirmed for a bull market yet. So I'd rather just kind of chill on the sidelines, trade smaller than I would normally in a bull market. In a bull market, I'll trade 500,000 to $1 million every single day, every single trade pretty much. and I'll be very confident because it's more likely to go up than down. This is how a bull market is. But in these markets, you kind of want to just buy some time. Just chill. Got to wait for the bull market. Got to really plan your dollar cost averaging and your long-term investments. Wait for the right setups for these trades. You can't just jump onto every single trade. You got to be very patient. You got to make sure you're only going for those really high probability trades. So right now, all I can advise people is chill, take your time, start learning. Really, you got to start learning. And I really recommend that you take the Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide. There's 2 slots available for the lifetime membership with the Discord group and also the Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide itself. Normally $17.50. It's on sale for $8.75, guys. I am on fire this month. I'm a really good teacher as well, I think. I'm a good educator, and I'm combined with a good trader as well. My dad was a teacher, and it's just in my blood. So being a good teacher and a good trader is definitely going to benefit you, especially being available as well. But if you want only the bull market itself, you can get that as well. That's going from $900 to $450 right now with a 3-month trial. Just make sure to DM me after you purchase it. There's 2 slots for each one. And I hope to see the final slots get taken up really quickly because I know for a fact that I'm not going to have these sales for a long time anymore because I want to dedicate it to the people that are already here in the group. So make sure you guys are staying very strong. Everybody just hang on there and just chill. The market will get back to very bullish days soon. Make sure we understand that these cycles happen. They're going to go up, they're going to go down, and it's up to us to be patient and make sure we make the right decisions and let the trade come to us rather than forcing something that has a lot of risk and we can lose. So see you guys in the future. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of the Saturday and Sunday. Bye now. Take care.